Hello, Divine Feminine, and welcome to your power message for Saturday, Super Saturday. My name's Liz, and this is Guided by Angels, and I'm really excited today because we're going to check in with some powerful cards. We're going to use the Divine Feminine, the Silence deck, and this really taps in with what you were feeling and experiencing during the silent times. You know, during the moments where you struggle or you go through pain and you need some help and guidance and support. So we're going to connect with this deck. We're also going to connect with the Divine Feminine Message Tarot to give some words of wisdom and to see what the energy is of this day. And I'm going to bring in a really powerful deck, the Goddess and Sirens. And, you know, for the masculines today, I'm going to bring in the Gods and Titans. So we're going to bring in the counterpart deck of this deck, which I'm really excited about. And then we're going to end the reading with the daily guidance from the book. So I'll start with the feminine silence then. So thank you, angels. During the silence, what are the feminine's thinking? Jumping straight out there. I've got a few cards jumping on the floor as well. So there is a few things on your mind today, Divine Feminine. Okay, there is a few things coming through on your mind. And then we're going to use the Divine Feminine Message Tarot to help, and that jumps straight out, with anything that's on your mind. One card coming out of that whole deck, and I feel that that one card will answer these questions for you. And then we're going to use the Goddess and Sirens deck. This is beautiful to bring in an energy. So what else do we need to know? What else do we need to know? What do you need to know? What do you need to know? What do you need to know? Well, it's taking a while to come out. I'm going to keep on shuffling until the card makes itself known, and that's what it's done. So that card's jumped out, and then I've got two cards as clarifiers. Okay, let's do it then. So we're going to start then with the guidance card. So it says, I have options, but I only want you. So that's going to really answer whatever the things are on your mind. So you're realizing you do actually have options. You can get anybody that you want. You can be in a relationship with a soulmate if you want to, but you know you only want your twin. So in other words, what this card is saying to you and showing to you, Divine Feminine, is that you are not alone and that you are desired and wanted and valuable and you are special. So don't ever think that, why would anybody want me? Why would my twin want me? Don't ever think those feelings, because you are a catch. And the message coming through for you today is that you are a catch and you should know that. So remember that. Remember your beauty. And if you're a guy, you are beautiful inside and out. Remember how handsome and special you are. But remember your uniqueness. Your light shines out of you. You are a beauty. You are magical. You are magnificent and fabulous and special. And don't tell anyone, or don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You don't need to tell anyone that why you were a twin flame, or you don't need to explain yourself to anyone, because you know your truth. So I have options, but I only want you. And that can be a bit scary, because you might think, well, what if we never end up together, or what if it never happens? Well, in last night's DM to the F reading, your masculine was very clear and said, I know that we're going to be together. And you know that too, so don't doubt it. But this is saying to you, you could go out there and get anyone you want. You absolutely could. But you know you only want your twin. And someone commented, and this has just popped in my mind right now, and said, if the masculines are loyal, why do they date other people? Well, sometimes the masculines date other people to realise just how amazing, special and wonderful the feminine is. I remember before my union, I actually went on a date with someone, and I've spoke about this before. Went on a date with someone really to kind of shut my friends up more than anybody else, and to shut up my own ego, to prove to myself I can go out and have fun if I want. I am desirable. There are options out there for me. And I went on a really nice date with a guy. I enjoyed the date. We had a lovely time. He was kind and gentle and nice, but there was no chemistry there for me. And, you can't pretend. You can't lie to yourself, especially when it gets intimate. So, when he dropped me off at home, it was all nice and amicable. And then he went in for that kiss and I shut it down. And that was it. I thought, no, I'd rather be single forever than with the wrong person. And we know that as a divine feminine. So if your masculine is dating other people, remember everything before you is a dress rehearsal. They are afraid of the love that you're giving to them or sending to them. So they try and experience it in other ways, and it never works. So never be jealous of anyone, divine feminine. Never compare yourself to anyone else, because you're the only one. And it's the truth for them too. Remember, this is mirrored energy. They have options, but they only want you. They may be in a relationship or a marriage or a situation, but they only want you. And it's better to be single and free than be in a relationship and unhappy. So you're saying to your masculine, I hope you're okay. And a lot of the time, that's what you really care about. You just want to know they are okay. They're doing okay. They're healthy. And that's sometimes why we reach out, because we want to know they're okay, especially if things happen. We are very loving, caring, nurturing beings. And if something happens, say if there's an earthquake in their area, or the pandemic happens, or something goes on, we just want to know that they're okay. So we can reach out because we care. But they are doing okay in their own way. So remember, they feel you. You can connect with your twin in any way at any time through the 5D realm. You're saying, I hope you're okay. And you're wondering if they'll contact you. I hope you're okay. Will you contact me? Because sometimes we go into fear because we think if I stop reaching out to him, he's not going to reach out to me. I'm always making the effort. When's he going to contact me? Well, he's going to contact you, divine feminine, when you stop reaching out to him, when you take a step back, when you trust the love enough to pull your energy back into you. And I know it's hard. I know it's scary, especially when you've had that contact for a while and you've got into a routine, because it takes 28 days to break a habit. So you may be in the habit of receiving that message. You may be in the habit of receiving that ping on the phone. And that's really what it is. It's the feeling. I remember before union, not with George, with the catalyst, I went through this as well, very powerfully, because I healed a lot of things before George to come into union when I did, you see. And I experienced all the things we go through on the journey. And I remember, because me and the catalyst I'm talking about were in contact all the time through Snapchat. But it was me who was constantly initiating the communication, because I was in fear that if I didn't, he wouldn't reach out to me. And we had a snap streak. And for those of you who are on Snapchat and you may have a snap streak, you know what it's like. You're craving that ping on the phone. You're craving that next message. You're craving that contact. And you want the snap streak to continue. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about with snap streaks, just kind of let this go over your head. But it's the habit of it. It's the habit that we struggle with. It's the wanting it now. And that's connected with ego. So when we let go, we feel at peace. And, it was the hardest thing for me when we broke that snap streak. I think it was like 200 and something days. And it was the worst pain imaginable. But it wasn't even the thought that we weren't going to be in contact. It was more breaking of the habit. And that's why it can be so hard to break addictions like smoking cigarettes or drinking alcohol or, checking online or going on Facebook or doing these things we do, because we get into a habit. But do you know what? Habits can be broken. It takes 28 days to form a habit and 28 days to break a habit. So just the next day, focus on the next steps in front of you. So if it's hard, if you're thinking, oh no, I need to reach out to him, is he ever going to contact me? Have faith that he will. Have faith in the love, that the love is strong and it's strong enough to continue, even if you stop giving it your all. You're driving me round the bend. So you're saying to your masculine, you drive me round the bend. I feel like I'm going round and round in circles and not going anywhere or not getting anywhere. I feel like I'm going crazy in my mind. I feel like I'm questioning myself. And the masculine does apologise for that. He says, I'm sorry if I made you question me, this love, our connection, I'm sorry. And you're saying, you just drive me round the bend. It drives me round the bend when I'm thinking, are you going to contact me? It drives me round the bend when I'm wondering if you're okay and I don't know. It's driving me round the bend. And all I really want to do is to hear that truth. It's driving me round the bend because you're not telling me the truth. You're not opening up. You're not really telling me what's going on. And it's really as well because the masculines are afraid of failing you. You know, they're afraid of failing you. That's why they can lie about the most silly things. Some of the masculines can lie about their ages, and because they don't want to tell you the truth because they're afraid you're going to run, or they're afraid you won't think they're worthy or good enough. You know, and that's what they really struggle with. So he's saying, I want to tell you the truth, but I'm afraid that you're going to run. Because, you know, the truth for the masculines is I need time. I need room, space. I need to sort out my life. I can't quite be with you in this moment. And that may hurt you and you may push them away. And that's their biggest fear. Of course I want you. So you're saying, well, of course I want you. Because you might be thinking, well, why do the masculines question the love? Why do they go into insecurity about things? Why do they think I don't want them when I do? And that's their own issue. It's nothing you're doing or not doing. It's their own fears and wounds. So, of course, I want you. You can tell them that in the 5D realm. You know, you may tell them that through a post on social media that may not be aimed at them, but may contain a song that says how you feel. I am dealing with it. So you're dealing with your own things too. You know, the masculine is saying to you, I'm dealing with it. I'm dealing with the karmic situation. I'm dealing with my life. I'm dealing with all the things I need to. And you're saying, I'm dealing with it too. I'm dealing with the pressure and the struggle of feeling like I'm going mad. And you may even be thinking, I think I should move on. I think I should move on. So if you're thinking today, I think I should move on because he's not telling me the truth, or he's not opening up, he's driving me around the bend, I don't know if he's going to contact me. The angels are saying to you, well, you have options. You can move on if you want to, but you know you can't because you only want your twin. The heart wants what the heart wants. So don't feel guilty or beat yourself up or think there's something wrong with you. You are meant to be. You are perfect for each other. So if you're saying I'm dealing with it, you're dealing with the fact that you have options, but you only want your twin. And that's, you know, of course I want you. You're the one I want. So trust the love. So the main message coming through from the Goddesses and Sirens deck is we've got Pele, purpose. Okay? And this is your purpose, Divine Feminine. It's your purpose to be a twin flame. It's not all of your purpose, but it's connected with it because everything you go through during this journey is part of your growth. So it's part of your learning, your mission and your purpose. And so many people say, Liz, what's my purpose? What's my mission? Why am I here? And you're already doing what you've come here to do. You're learning to be strong. You're learning to be unconditional in this love. You're learning to have patience and faith. You're learning to work on you and nurture you and embody love. You're learning how to be compassionate and understanding. You're learning how to operate in the fruit of the Spirit and focus on joy. These are all the things you're doing. So this is part of your purpose and why you've come. And we've got Jeanne d'Arc, faith. Or Jean, Jean d'Arc. Because see, this is Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc was a fighter. Have faith. So you're being guided to have faith, to trust in heaven. And if you've seen the number 333, that's why. Have faith in our love. So it's part of your purpose and mission to find faith, to trust that God has a plan, to believe in him, and to trust in the love. And before I move on to the other cards, I want to bring in one of my decks, the Angel Blessings Oracle. There's some beautiful messages in this deck. So what do the angels want to say? Blessed are those who look for magic, as they will always find it. So you're being reminded to look for the magic in the situation, to find magic in faith, because with faith, all things are possible. When you have a small amount of faith, it can move mountains in your life. And true peace belongs to surrender and acceptance. That means surrender, giving it to God, trusting in when it will happen, and having faith and accepting things as they are now and being okay. And we've got Boudica, unity. Unity. So it's about unity, coming together at the right time, feeling at one with things, feeling at peace with everything, feeling at one with your twin, and gaining clarity and inner vision, inner light and inner union. And that's why you've come. So the message today is, whatever you're going through, remember, you do have options, but you only want your twin. You know what you want. And that's going to lead to unity, because you're overcoming everything that stops you from being together. Even the challenges in communication, when the words won't come out, when you feel you're not being heard. Have faith. Have faith in God. Have faith in love. Have faith in your purpose. And have faith that they will tell you the truth. Even if they're driving you around the bend, you know they love you. And you are dealing with that divine feminine. And you may be dealing with it thinking, well, should I move on? Will you contact me? But you know you were hoping they're okay, and you're believing in the love. Of course I want you. So why can you move on? Or why should you move on when you deserve this love? And that's what you're being guided to know. Blessed are those who look for magic, as they will always find it. And there's always magic to be found in this journey. So I'm going to bring in the daily guidance book today. So the message is, look at this. Recognize your value. Absolutely, divine feminine. Instead of measuring your self-worth against worldly standards, please see yourself from our angelic perspective. In our eyes, you're entirely valuable and make a huge difference just by being alive. Your breath and your beating heart emit love and anchor heaven's light on earth. Your prayers sound like music to us, as they are opportunities for us to work with you as a united team. And what have we got here? Unity. To work with heaven as a united team. So this is also part of your purpose. You're a valuable person, and the planet needs you, even if you aren't sure of your role. Your presence brings blessings to many people's lives, and we're counting on you to have faith in this life. It does get easier, we promise. So the thought for today is, recognize your value. I recognize that I am valued just for being who I am. I'm completely and unconditionally loved right now, and my presence brings blessings to the world. So remember, you have a purpose. Your purpose here is to be you, to shine your light bright, to remember your true power comes from within. That's your purpose. And to have faith like Joan of Arc. Remember who you are. Remember yourself. And they give me the word pele as in peel. So remember, onions have many layers. And we have to peel away the layers to get to the real heart of it. And those layers coming off the onion make you cry sometimes. And it can be painful. We, peel the apple to reveal the juiciness inside. Or we peel the pear, or we peel the fruit to receive the juicy stuff. So we have to go through the lessons to get to the juicy things that cause the most joy. And that's what you need to know. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.